Hey guys, Mynock here with mynocksden.com, and today I wanted to do a quick video debrief and talk about how my Star Wars The Old Republic Jedi armor held up over the course of the past weekend as I attended Star Wars Celebration Europe 2016 in London, England. I was at the convention in armor all 3 days, and I wore it for a total of 6 to 7 hours per day. Now, those of you that cosplay can attest to how challenging it can be wearing something like this for such an extended period of time. Not only can it get really hot and really uncomfortable in this, depending on what you're doing, but the longer you're in costume, the greater the risk that something will come apart, cause you to retreat back to your hotel room to make hasty repairs. I didn't have that option because I stayed with some friends, John and Robin Webb, who live about an hour away from the convention by car. So each day that I put this thing on, I was really praying that nothing would fall apart. And I'm happy to report that nothing did, other than some scuffing on the armor, some minor dings, like right there. The costume performed beautifully, just as I hoped it would. There is some significant wear on some parts of the costume. For example, these spray painted shoes. You can see that the paint is flaking off. But my fear with these things was that some of the plastic pieces that are just glued to the shoe would come off. And that's a problem that I had with my Sith Acolyte armor when I wore it for Celebration 7 in Anaheim in 2015. So I was really hoping that that wouldn't be an issue here, and it wasn't. Now, some of the other wear and tear you can see here on the chest plate where the paint has rubbed off, and that's mainly from sitting down in armor. Your stomach would bend like this, and then the cod plate would just rub up against that part of the chest plate. But you know what? It looks cool. It gives the armor character, and I don't mind that look one bit. There's some more paint issues here on the cod plate, and that's where the thigh plates would rub up against there while walking. But by far the best battle damage this weekend happened when this part of the cod piece here, there's like a little jagged edge behind here that I failed to notice. When that tore a hole through my pants right in my crotch. And of course, it's too hot to be wearing any boxers or briefs or anything under this. So I'm essentially walking around taking pictures with people with this giant hole in my crotch. So hopefully there aren't too many of those pictures floating around on the internet. And it was funny because there I am sitting in the food court with my cod plate off, the rest of my armor still on, like LED lights and all, sewing this giant hole in my crotch. So that got a few awkward glances in my direction. But hey, whatever. It's all part of the experience. Sitting down in this costume is actually a lot more comfortable than I thought it would be, and that's because the thigh plates are held together with magnets, and each half is independently attached to the rigging on the cod belt. So to sit down, I would simply undo these magnets and then let this piece dangle from the back like this, push it to the side, and then the top part of the thigh would just comfortably rest on top of my thigh and not get in the way of me sitting down. So that was really nice. All these little LED lights are powered by a 9-volt battery, one per gauntlet, and there's one in the chest plate. Each day I would get to the con, flick the switch, and just basically the lights would stay on each day, and the battery has lasted pretty much all 3 days in both gauntlets. I did have to replace the battery in the chest plate once, but I'm pretty sure that's because the battery that was in there wasn't fresh to begin with. So you can see I have some magnets glued in here and here. I have magnets sewn into the robe in corresponding spots so that when the robe drapes over my chest, it kind of stays put and doesn't slide around. And that's that. Very happy with how the armor turned out and how it performed. And I hope you guys liked the pictures. Those of you that attended the event and took pictures with me, I would really appreciate it if you emailed me those pics so I could upload them both to my Facebook page as well as my website, with your permission, of course, because while in costume, my ability to take photos of myself was pretty limited. So if you've got pictures, I would love to see them. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.